Helping to make the world a safer place by supporting American diplomacy is the goal of the thousands of dedicated men and women serving or affiliated with the Bureau of Diplomatic Security and the Diplomatic Security Service. Each day when the sun rises on the United States or anywhere else in the world, it's greeted by DS employees and contractors, U.S. citizens and foreign nationals who protect the people, information, and facilities that are the lifeblood of American diplomacy. There are many forces in the world today determined to undermine the rights and freedoms that American diplomacy seeks to protect. Forces intent on subjugating the free peoples of the world and establishing tyrannical regimes devoid of the basic freedoms and protections we in the West enjoy. Whether nations, states, or terrorist organizations of varied philosophies, they are bent on destroying the ideals and principles of a free society that has been bought with tremendous sacrifice. The history of the U.S. Department of State Security Services dates back to 1916 with the appointment of a chief special agent tasked to support the Secretary of State. As the 20th century progressed, tensions with the Soviet Union continued to grow, and the use of terrorism by a wide variety of groups dramatically increased. The Cold War with the Soviet bloc underscored the need for effective counterintelligence programs to protect vital information in State Department facilities around the world, and the increase in terrorism dictated the need for more sophisticated defensive measures to protect American diplomats wherever their diplomatic missions may take them. The terrorist bombings in Beirut, Lebanon in 1983 and 1984 that killed scores of American diplomats and over 200 United States Marines marked the beginning of a new era in terrorism, one in which indiscriminate mass murder became the weapon of choice of a wide variety of groups. As a direct result of these developments in 1986, President Ronald Reagan signed into law the Omnibus Diplomatic Security and Anti-Terrorism Act that formally established the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Diplomatic Security. During the signing, the President stated, quote, "This historic legislation will significantly improve our ability to counter the scourge of international terrorism. However, we must continue on all fronts with all our resolve to meet the challenge international terrorism poses to democracy and our way of life." Unquote. These words echo daily in the lives of diplomatic security personnel, not only U.S. employees, but also foreign nationals who join us in the fight for freedom everywhere. Our collective efforts help in the fight to protect sacred freedoms for not only Americans, but free peoples the world over. America's success is freedom's success. The impact of this work extends to elements one may not immediately associate with the protection of our diplomats, U.S. embassies, or essential freedoms. The DS mission also encompasses counterintelligence investigations, cybersecurity, counterintelligence, and physical security countermeasures to protect all State Department facilities, investigating visa and passport crime, protecting dignitaries who visit the United States, carrying documents and sensitive materials to embassies around the world, and even keeping a watchful eye on American athletes at international events keeps the people who are members of the most widely deployed U.S. law enforcement agency in the world always at the ready. Diplomatic assignments today are even more dangerous than those of the 20th century. Carrying out diplomatic missions today has taken the U.S. Foreign Service into active war zones in Iraq and Afghanistan, in addition to some of the most critically dangerous countries in the world. It's the job of the men and women of the Diplomatic Security Service to face these security challenges, and in so doing, some have tragically lost their lives. We all honor the memories of their service and their ultimate sacrifice by continuing the mission of diplomatic security, providing a secure environment for the conduct of American diplomacy in the defense of world freedom. Who are the men and women of the Diplomatic Security Service? Well, they're you and me. They have families and share memories across generations. Their children play soccer or other sports. They shop in the local village or mall. They tend their gardens or mow their lawns, and they join their neighbors for religious services and community gatherings. The Diplomatic Security Memorial honors those who have faced danger and lost their lives doing so: special agents, diplomatic couriers, engineers, Marine security guards, security contractors, local guards, and many others. Our fallen brothers include Special Agent Edward Joseph Seitz, who lost his life during a rocket attack in Baghdad, Iraq. Special Agent Stephen Eric Sullivan, who, along with 3 security contractors, died in a terrorist attack on a motorcade in Mosul, Iraq. And Special Agents Ronald Albert LaRiviere and Daniel Emmett O'Connor, who lost their lives in the terrorist bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland. Over the years, at least 6 DS diplomatic couriers, including diplomatic couriers Seth Foti and Joseph Capozzi, died in airplane crashes while delivering sensitive materials and information to locations throughout the world. Many foreign nationals, local guards, local law enforcement, Foreign Service nationals, and others affiliated with the U.S. Department of State lost their lives in high-threat locations throughout the world. Locations such as Herat, Afghanistan. In September 2013, terrorists attacked the U.S. consulate at Herat and were defeated in a firefight with U.S. and Afghan security personnel. Many lives were saved because of the implementation of a diplomatic security response plan, the heroic actions of DS personnel and contractors, the training of diplomatic personnel, and physical security measures in place. On the DS Memorial, we honor the 8 Afghan Guard Force heroes who lost their lives defending the consulate during the attack. Today, we pay tribute to those who lost their lives in the line of duty, and we show appreciation for their service. Their memories live in the hearts and minds of families and friends, colleagues, and many others. We invite you to study the individual name plaques on the DS Memorial wall and scroll through the electronic kiosk and view the website. Through this memorial, every DS employee or contractor, present or future, will know of the sacrifices those who have come before have made in the defense of their country and freedom. Perhaps it will inspire as well. For colleagues, it will stir fond memories of shared moments and sacrifices. For visitors to our headquarters, they'll learn that the highest price of providing security in a dangerous world sometimes is a tragic loss of life. The DS Memorial is a story of love for ideals that are sometimes difficult to explain. To those loved ones, friends, and colleagues whose names we honor through the Diplomatic Security Memorial, our hearts are yours in loss. We thank you, and we miss you.